We did a lot for the wins. Came in a drop on the 10. Now we on top once again, yeah. I had to tighten the plan. I got it right in the end. Now we on top once again. We did a lot for the wins. Came in a drop on the 10. Now we on top once again, yeah. Hey, I had to tighten the plan. I got it right in the end. Now we on 10.
You should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Ooh.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Chicago Bears. It's the final 3 weeks of the season, still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Now Cousins. Going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10.
Now a design run with Jefferson.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now Cousins. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Now, 1st and 10. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
at the Vikings' 29-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll run it here with Logan. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Robinson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Logan. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Anthony Harris on the tackle.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Trubisky. That is hauled in by Jimmy Graham. Touchdown, Bears.
Number 80, Jimmy Graham.
Jimmy Graham, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Bears take over.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now it's Trubisky. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there, first down.
A gain of 11 on the play.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play. Second down coming up.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
On second down, here's Trubisky. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
That's complete to Mooney.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 30. 14 yards in a Chicago first down.
Chicago.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he rifles one incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Cannon Balaj. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Throwing here, Trubisky. They'll set up the screen to Balaj. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
At the 4.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running this.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears.
Touchdown.
Cannon Balaj, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Now this will make it into the end zone. The decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down. Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. From the gun, here's Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards, a first down. So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football, and that's worked for the defense early in this game. And now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence comes back and he starts to get into a nice little groove.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down.
Another Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Vikings nothing.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A quick throw caught by Sharp. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
At the 46-yard line.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Again, what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins, pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. It was Breeland Speaks getting home to the quarterback that time.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. working out of the gun. Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And double coverage, and it's intercepted. To the rookie, Jalen Johnson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. And I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
Here's a good way to kick off the drive, complete over the middle. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Balaj. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
The ball carrier.
Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They run it with Balaj. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He's caught inside the 5. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Touchdown.
Taywan Taylor, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Score Bears 28, Vikings nothing. Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Running on 1st down is Cook, but he didn't find much there. Call it a gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Interception thrown by Cousins. Picked up by the rookie, Jalen Johnson. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The drive starts with a completion left side. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On the delay, it's Balaj. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And it brings up 3rd down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He's going up top for Taylor. Wide open, complete. Touchdown, Chicago.
Touchdown.
3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky. And this offense is running away with this one. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On 2nd and 9, Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the 1st down in the process.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Cousins on 1st down. This pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 45, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Milage. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7, Trubisky going up top for Miller. It's going to be caught. Touchdown, Chicago. Anthony Miller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears continue to pour it on.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smarter play.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Final play of the half, Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he brought down. His time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
No gain on the
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On second down, Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bears add on.
Brandon, is there any way you and I can join this quarterback in the zone he's in? He's absolutely feeling it. Touchdown after touchdown, throwing the ball.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first.
Only a yard. It's 4th down.
They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Back at the 6. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. second and goal from the 6 this time. Now Trubisky to throw. And he's got it. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Touchdown.
Kalen Ballage. He scored on the ground and through the air. And this offense continues to pour it on. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Bears 56. Vikings nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it 6 points in. They've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
And it's pretty evident when you watch how Minnesota plays, just how important Dalvin Cook is to their offense. 1,000-yard rusher a year before, the first one the Vikings had since Adrian Peterson was dominating their carries. And having Cook in the lineup for the bulk of the season, that made Minnesota exactly what their head coach Mike Zimmer wanted them to be. A much more physical team that complemented their defense.
At their 49-yard line.
A give. This is Cook. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Handoff comes to Cook. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Here's Madison running on 1st down. And he stopped immediately there.
Madison, the ball carrier.
There to make the tackle, Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack. No gain on the play.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins.
This
one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. They'll run here with Ballage. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They'll get this out wide to Taylor. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double and triple and do what you have to do? But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
This is caught and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
His way in, not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. Darnell Mooney with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead.
Vikings.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That now could hit, and he lost the football.
That ball is not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
2nd and short now following the fumble.
Now a run with Cook. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Again, it's Cook. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Now Cousins on 4th down. And this is incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. The former Giant, Prince Amukamara, on the stop.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First down, Chicago.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They pick up 11 in addition to moving the chains.
A gain of 11.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. Trubisky going to take it on the sneak, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Has it left side. And out across midfield down to the 45. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Bears' 46-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 31-yard line. Catch number 44 on the year. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the
line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. Pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. To throw, Cousins. And that is incomplete. Force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Cousins. He's going to let it fly. Back to the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And it appears the offense is going to try this again. They've yet to convert the first 3 times on fourth down, but they're going once more. Desperation time. Cousins on fourth down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Intercepted by the Bears. They'll take over first and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10 at the 45. And they will take a knee here.
Trubisky on the keeper. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 40.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Bears, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they've plummeted now to 3-11. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Kick it and go. Kick it and go. With a stiff arm, spin move in zone.